Hey guys, it's this time video again. It's time for the Georgia Dynasty. This is my second one this go around. I had one that I got to Florida, but I just gave up on it because I didn't like the way it was going. Not the season, just how I was, uploading it, and um, I'm just gonna go and start a new one. Um, this is actually my third go at this. Originally, I did it kind of in a edited format, so I was going time lapse this part, but then I decided not to go with that, so I'm gonna have to come in here and use Team Builder to put an Appalachian State, Georgia Southern, and who else? Charlotte 49ers. Those rosters are still 2014 rosters, I believe. 2014, 2015 rosters on those teams, but I could care less about them having the correct rosters. But I'm going to have to update all the conferences. This is why I had it time-lapsed originally, but this is my third go-around, so I should be pretty good at it. So, with the three-team builder screws, I just put them into places. And guys, for the Creeper Bowl, it's probably not going to be a clock on it. I've tried all my options. It just doesn't look like it's going to work out. So we will I can probably try to work on that a little bit more, but if I don't have it by Wednesday, then it's gonna go ahead and be no clock. I'd actually like it not to be no clock because, season 3, the first season that we actually played, and that season we didn't have the clock, so I think it would be kind of cool, not to have the clock and kind of make it a little throwback, because that's kind of what I've wanted this season to be like. Because, like Super Bowl 50, everybody talked about, the history of the NFL. Obviously, we don't have as much history because the first two seasons we technically didn't play, because I put a backstory into those because we have, played Minecraft football, sometimes, so, doing all this, it's kind of boring for me, but I try to make it as realistic as I can. But I'm going to, I'm probably gonna, expand the SEC, sometime, just because I think it would be kind of cool with, these other teams, with other teams in the SEC. I remember, a few years ago on, Ncaa football for 12, it was at my dad's, and so, I live in my mom's, so he was the only one around there with it. And I remember he got it, and he did the Alabama Dynasty. He was in season 20 something, and you could just not beat him. I remember he changed up the SEC so much. There was Clemson, Florida State in the SEC, and this was even before Missouri and Texas A&M. So I remember last Dynasty, I did, kind of Premier League relegation, well, I would take the bottom two teams in the SEC and send them to like the Sun Belt and bring up the top two teams from there. Like it was like Vanderbilt and Texas A&M. Yeah, and they got booed into the Sun Belt, and like Georgia Southern came up from the Sun Belt. It was kind of funny, but I'm not going to do that this time around. I might move Vanderbilt to a different conference, but right now the teams I want to move in would be like Clemson, Miami, Florida State. You know, the ACC would really be the only other conference I would move. I would take teams from, because I don't know, just because. So I get questions about this a lot. Is what are your settings? I'm going to show those to you guys right now. I'm doing these off the top of my head because I don't have the video in front of me. Let me look it up. So the sliders are by Mr. Hurricane. He had the best Ncaa football dynasty of all time. And I mean the best. His Minnesota State Golden Gophers dynasty. I didn't watch it much, but all the videos that I watched were good. I like how he got it to where he knew. To me, he kind of knew the players on the team. The only thing I didn't like was he went to the national championship a lot. That's one thing I don't like when it comes to like Ncaa football dynasties is going to the national championship a lot. Really just because, unless you're doing it with like Alabama, to me it doesn't really make any sense because they're not. Like Georgia is not going to the SEC champion. Is not going to the national championship. Every year. Never. I mean, probably eventually Georgia. Will make it to a few national championships in a row, or within the span of a few years. But that's pretty much it. Georgia's not. I hate to say it, but Georgia's never going to be the Alabama. I don't think there's going to really be a team like Alabama ever again. Where you bring in all these top recruits and, you're expected to win the SEC championship and the national championship every year. You go back to 2009 season. SEC champions. Let's pick Georgia. Kobe Smart head coach. So you go back and Alabama. I'm doing this off the top of my head. 2009 Alabama SEC champions, national champions. I'm doing it by when the season started. 2010. No, 2010 they didn't do any of those. 2011 won national championship. 2012 SEC title, national championship. 2013 season, actually no, that was Florida State. 2014 Alabama went to the college football playoff, SEC champions. And then last year SEC champions, college football playoff, national champions. To me, that I think nobody else will ever do that. There was only 2-3 years in that span where they didn't win the national title. They even won a national title without winning the SEC championship game. That shows you how crazy the BCS was. But I liked it because it was the 1 versus the 2 team. Which now, if it's like, I think now if it's like team from like the conference USA who's 14 or 13-0, counting the national championship, the conference championship, I don't think they would even crack the top 10 because of their schedule. And that's the sad thing. It's like it was Hawaii in 2007. I mean, I think they were undefeated or had one loss when they played Georgia. I know they were undefeated at some point in the season. But anyway, let's get to the Hostel. Jacob Eason, of course. The freshman quarterback that we're all loving on. Bryce Ramsey, Ben Hill, Punnell, and then Grayson Lemwood. I'm going to do this in a way which I'm going to run my 5 main passing plays with these quarterbacks and see who does it better. And then running back. Nick Chubb might not be ready for the start of the season. If he is, he'll have limited carries. Sony Michel likely out for the first game of the season. Of course, recovering from that broken bone in his left arm, which punctured the skin. In case you young kids don't know what puncture is, the bone came out of his skin. So the bone was literally sticking out of his arm. Scary stuff. So Brendan Douglas will probably start the opening game. I'm not going to make the schedule. I'm not going to start off with North Carolina unless I really want to. I'm probably going to start off with somebody else. Then we have our 2 freshman running backs in Elijah Holyfield, son of the boxer Holyfield. I forgot who his dad is. Evander Holyfield. And then redshirt freshman Tay Crowder. Both these guys may get some carries in the first game of the season if Chubb and Michelle are both not healthy enough. And Douglas is coming off of a wrist surgery. He was not contact in the spring game. He might wear a wrist brace for the game. And we'll check on that. Fullback, we have Christian Payne, a junior. It's funny to me because, 2014 was Nick Chubb's first year, and he's already about to be a junior. That's how fast he went. And our receiving core, we have Terry Godwin, a sophomore, very talented. We have Javon Wims, who's a JUCO transfer. He's expected to help us early. We have Isaiah McKenzie, another junior, might declare for the NFL draft after this. Michael Shigbu, who stood out in spring practice. Jason Stanley, another sophomore. Reggie Davis, who has seemed like he's been here forever, but he's only a junior. Shakenneth Williams, a junior from Macon, hasn't really gotten much playing time through his career at Georgia. Riley Ridley, early enrollee, and then Tyler Simmons. Ridley expected to be a good wide receiver within the next 2 to 3 years. Him and Jacob Eason. And then tight end, we have 4 tight ends. I'm probably going to end up rotating all of these guys out. We have Jared Blazevich, who's the experienced junior. And then we have Isaac Nada, another early enrollee, ESPN 300. I believe he was in the top 20. Jackson Harris, a 6'6" sophomore from Tennessee. He had some playing time last year. And then Charlie Warner, nephew, son of Scott Warner, Georgia defensive standout from the 1980 National Championship team. Jonathan Ledbetter, he did have the suspension in the summer. Won't play for the first game of the season because of marijuana. Trent Thompson, very talented sophomore, almost a 90. I don't know who those other guys are. John Atkins, another guy who seemed like he's been here forever. Julian Rochester, I don't know, and Tyler Clark. So, and then our linebacker core, no Leonard Floyd, no Jordan Jenkins. We have Lorenzo Carter and DeAndre Walker. who will be our left outside linebackers. And inside we have Ncaa Patrick and Tim Kimbrough, along with Roquan Smith. Kimbrough and Smith might get the most playing time because they've played more than Ncaa Patrick. He was suspended a lot last year, I believe 2 times or 1 time for marijuana possession. Davin Bellamy is our projected starter at the right outside linebacker position. What I might do is, move Roquan Smith to the outside. Use him in situations. Cornerback position, not a good depth of talent. We have Malcolm Parrish. He jumped onto the scene late 2014. Ron Briscoe, I don't know who he is. Rico McGraw, he was a really highly recruited DB last year. Aaron Davis, he's been here a while. McCole Hardman Jr., a athlete freshman. DeAndre Baker and Ty Cree McGee. Yay. Oh yeah, I actually forgot to go through the offensive line. Left tackle Isaiah Lynn. Deshaun Sims might start for us left guard, but Ben Cleveland, Ole and Rowley, another big freshman prospect, may get some playing time. Brandon Cublano will be our starting center with Sage Harden behind him. Greg Pike, another guy who seemed like he's been there forever, he will be our right guard. And then Tyler Cantala or Kendall Baker. I think Baker will end up starting at right tackle for us. So now free safety, Dominic Sanders, 92 overall. He's our defensive captain. So he will definitely start. Then Quincy Margle, senior, he will start at strong safety with Rashad Roundtree backing him up. And then Rodrigo Blankstrip will be our place kicker. Then Marshall Long will be our punter. Both are freshmen. Blankenship is a redshirt freshman. That was a lot of stuff. And so now I'm just trying to find who our offensive captain is. I guess I'll find out for the first game of the season. But last week of summer, going to stream Wednesday, which Wednesday is the day before the. Actually, no, I won't stream. Tuesday is the Creeper Bowl. Tuesday is the playoffs, semifinals, and then Thursday is the Creeper Bowl. I don't know when this will be out. It's just, I don't know. And then next Sunday I will release the school schedule. Football practice actually begins tonight. Okay. So now we have that done. Recruiting, I'm not big with recruiting anymore in this style that they have. And we just add points. I don't like that. Time to edit our schedule. North Carolina is who we are actually playing. I'm tired. Oh, okay. We can't even get North Carolina on the schedule. Okay. So I guess that would mean we will play Clemson. We will open the season up with Clemson at home. Number 1 team in the nation. Hopefully we can knock them off. Actually, no. I want to play somebody else. Let's play Miami. Play Mark Richt. Then I'll just make these opens to then figure out my schedule. Let's play here and then take the off week before SEC starts coming. And then we can just play Georgia Southern. And this will probably be a road game. who can we play on the road to give us a little bit of a challenge. Not many, but let's choose Notre Dame. Play at Notre Dame. Actually, no. I want to do Louisville. Notre Dame will be next season. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games. 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And in case you're wondering why 7 home games, look at Georgia's schedule. They have 7 home games. So that we have an A strength of schedule, which would help us in the college football playoff. But I would have to mod that in, but I don't want to mod it in because it's stupid to mod it in. I don't like modding. So let's go to the start of the season. It's already been 21 minutes. I'm probably gonna go and get started on doing whatchamacallit, uploading this video. I'm probably also gonna play the first game or two. I'm just excited for the NFL playoffs. Final stretch. It gives us a boost of excitement. Because last week of the regular season we didn't really kill as much. But I just hope we have another close Cliff Bowl. Because it would be a shame, if it's a complete blowout. Cliff Bowl. If we have to turn the clock to a running clock, it's a blowout. Because we turn the clock to a running clock when a team's up by 3 touchdowns. That's when it goes to a running clock. Actually, no, it's when a team is up by 17 or more points is when we start running the clock. So guys, let's look at the times for the games, and then I just like to do that, and because it's cool to me. Okay, we're gonna have an 8 o'clock game. It's not the game of the week. I'm getting notifications. Okay, what is the game of the week? I just want to know. All these regional broadcast games. August 31st. LSU at TCU Cowboys Classic. Okay. So we'll play Miami at 8 o'clock. I'm not a big fan of that. South Carolina's always been a 7 o'clock game to start off it. Why are we playing Georgia Southern at 8 p.m.? It makes no sense to play Georgia Southern at 8 p.m. Why can't that just be a noon game? Then we have the bye week. Then we have LSU. That was a 2013 opponent, so we cannot change that. At Tennessee, 3:30. Missouri, 8:30. I don't understand why. Vanderbilt, 7:45. Don't understand why. Florida, 3:30. 12 o'clock game. 7, and noon. Okay. Then ESPN, SEC Network. Maybe ABC, no, that would be CBS. CBS, ESPN, no, ESPNU, CBS, ESPN, SEC Network, maybe, ESPN, ESPN2, and then ESPN. So guys, that's it. That's what our schedule's looking like. So yeah. See y'all.